Chris and Jake here.
What's up? It's been like a long time, I believe, since
3 months.
May?
Like 3 months.
Or something like that. It's been so long since we've done anything like video-wise. Sorry for keeping you guys like in the wait if anybody's still watching our videos.
So, recently, we were kind of injured.
Yeah, recently we've been injured and we're taking our time with fixing that type of trash.
But we figured we kind of catch you guys up on everything and show you a little something not to do with curls so you don't get my injury. The other end of his injury, just don't play with your uncle and get it slammed on the freaking coffee table.
Oh yeah, that's a real pain in the ass, trust me.
So my injury occurred because you got little muscle like right here. It's like a little stabilizer on your wrist. So when you're gripping a bar and you're really trying to get that last rep, what you do is you'll cheat it and your wrists will turn and you'll kind of try and incorporate your chest. But you don't want to do that. If you can't curl it the normal way, don't do this because then you'll get a injury either right here or down your forearm. So when you try to curl something, you feel a pulsing pain. So that's kind of what I have to deal with. And me and Chris kind of had an epiphany because I was going through the old videos a couple days ago and we were pretty enthusiastic about parkour and calisthenics, and all we've really been doing was bench, bench, bench. You know, the fucking normal guy thing when you fucking hear of working out. Well, I don't know about Chris, but I've completely given up on weights.
I have, and when it comes to weightlifting, I try to strive to become better at it.
Well, weightlifting, honestly,
I mean,
I haven't been getting really good results anyway, and I injured myself, so that's halted that even more. So I've been going with calisthenics, and we kind of been doing it all day. So we rigged something up on my pull-up bar so we could do handstand push-ups. It's hard.
Oh yeah,
really, really hard. But on the plus side, we're getting them gains.
Oh yeah, a lot of gains, but we're not allowed to show you.
We can't, unfortunately, we can't show you it until like January. So you guys will have to wait impatiently until then.
But what I can say is that when it comes to my gains, you can see a major difference when it comes to everything since last year. But when it comes to my injury, like when it came to right here, I was arm wrestling my uncle and he said, "Oh, you know what I'm going to do?" After he drank like several beers, because he's my uncle and he likes to drink alcohol. So never mix arm wrestling with alcohol. And somebody who's like in his 50s or something like that. Well, he decided that was a good idea to smash my wrist down onto a glass ashtray. One, I can say it's not nice. Two, I've been dealing with a lot of wrist pain for like almost 3 months now. And with this pull-up bar shit with the handstand push-ups.
Oh boy.
Oh, I kind of fucked up my fucking rotator cuff right there. And by fucked up, I mean like overworked it to where it's very fatigued. And I even still went further beyond. And because like a wise person once said, push past your limits, even if it kills you.
But if you get injured, it's not necessarily a good thing to keep pushing. But anyway, the reason we haven't really been able to post a video is Chris has school and work. I've had a pretty busy schedule of having to fucking work whenever they tell me to work. So,
but this winter is going to be a lot different for us.
It's going to be extremely different because at my job, we don't get a lot of winter hours. So, should be able to upload a couple videos. Plus, me and Chris is off on the weekends, and I don't get too many weekend days off.
And it'll be much easier for us because he's going to like the morning shift.
Yeah, I'm going to the morning shift, so Chris gets home about like 9 o'clock, and morning shift I get out at like 4, so I'll already be there. We might actually be able to get a workout video in, kind of show you guys our progress.
Oh yeah.
I ain't no fat fuck no more that can barely do 1 pull-up. I can do 8.
I can do 10 wide grip pull-ups. You can
Good for
barely
you.
do 1.
Well, that's wide grip. I haven't trained that. Like I've said before, we got like a weight bench and everything, and a whole bunch.
Speak
of
more
weights.
confidently.
We got a weight bench and a whole bunch of weights and the curl bars and everything. So I kind of went from leaning towards calisthenics straight to weights, and I barely did calisthenics at all. But today, with the things that we did, I can't see myself doing weightlifting no more. I'm in that freaking mindset that I want to master my body. And personally, I suggest that everyone else does too.
Well, when it comes to working out at first, it's highly recommended that you master your own body weight before you do anything else.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going for. Because I want them handstand gains.
Oh yeah. Having so much gains, and when it comes to calisthenics, we can understand how calisthenic people like Chris Harria,
Austin Dunham.
Muscle. We can understand how they got muscle. Like when people say you can't get a good pump from calisthenics or gaining muscle from calisthenics, they're just
It's
telling you a
complete
lie.
bullshit.
They're telling you a freaking lie right there. So, if anything, now we gotta go to like the diet area.
Alright, so diet, it's a touchy subject.
Especially for us, because we have different like diets that work for us.
Personally, what I'm trying to do, which is why I'm trying to switch over to my morning shift, is I'm trying to do my fasting from the morning until a little bit after I get off from work.
You know, maybe you should try informing them what fasting is, because they might not know.
Well, we've actually touched up on it before, but fasting is where you don't eat for a certain amount of time, and then you'll break your fast with healthy food, not nothing but junk food. Like some examples, some people do a 16 hours of fasting and then an 8-hour period where you get to eat.
But what we're trying to do is like a 1 hour of eating, so it'd be like 23 hours of fasting.
Yes and no. Depending on if I switch, I'm able to switch to first shift. What I want to do is a 23-hour period with 1 hour eating window. So I won't start eating until that 1 hour when I get home and I decide to eat, which would probably be after my workout. But you can do some, people say you can do some snacks throughout the day if you still get hungry, but I'm still trying to lose weight and lose that fat. So, but honestly, what I'm doing right now is kind of iffy, because I have work at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon every day, so I go fasting until around 1 to 2 o'clock. Then I eat one meal, and I have another meal because it's never guaranteed when my break's going to be at my work. So it's a bit iffy, but we'll touch up more on fasting at another time when we can get our schedule correct. But with your food, you don't just want to, how do I put this? People on a keto diet, which is also fasting, they cut out carbs. And honestly, I don't think you should do that.
Because carbs is pretty much nature's energy without the sugar.
Because if you think about it this way, you have proteins, you have fats, and you have carbs. Yeah, if you take out the carbs, you could lose a lot more fat, but then your calories are honestly, because carbs have a lot of calories, you'd then have to eat more in order to get the same thing. But if you think about it, what you eat is how you build your body. So if you have a high protein with some carbs like sweet potato or rice, and then cook it with like avocado or cooking oil, and maybe have some nuts like before or after the meal, then you have a good thing, because carbs are everything you eat is the building blocks for your muscles. So if you're eating good carbs, which honestly the white rice, they don't count that as good carb, but it doesn't matter what kind of rice you eat, because a carb is a carb. When you're eating carbs, no matter what you eat, as long as you have a good amount of protein, a good amount of carbs, and a good amount of fats, and you're in a caloric deficit, you'll lose weight. If you're in a caloric surplus, you're going to gain weight and bulk up. So, honestly, I don't know. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know how you find your
Body mass index?
No.
Or macros?
No, not the macros.
Macros.
I don't know how to find your maintain weight for calories. So just like spitball and go with about 2,000 calories and maybe go a little bit lower. Or in a day that you are normally eating, calculate what you're eating and then go a little bit lower from that. Because personally, I don't calculate anything I eat, because I know what I'm supposed to eat and how full I get. But pretty much, what people do with fasting is they're constantly, it's magic. If I fast for this, then I can eat whatever I want during the 8 hour to 1 hour window of what I'm eating. That's not how it works. You can't just fast for 16 hours or however long you're fasting and then think, I can eat whatever the fuck I want, so I'm going to eat junk food, candy, everything that I would normally used to eat. That isn't how it works. So, a huge thing that people mistake and fail at fasting is the time that they're supposed to do it. Like, if you're normally supposed to eat around 4 o'clock, but you're feeling really, really hungry, an hour...
I'm getting call.
Hang it up. You're getting really hungry for like an hour or two before and or after, or if you're late to your fasting period, it doesn't matter. You just eat based off of your schedule. It's not going to hurt you. Well, that's my take on it. Chris will go over the fucking shit that you should kind of eat a little more.
Let's see.
I hope this uploads. I'm going to be really pissed if this can't upload.
Well, when it comes to what you should eat, is like if we're going like technical terms, if you want to become like Spartans, they were like tall, monstrous people, and they ate meat. If you go with the Athenians, they pretty much ate fish, which is why they were like short. But if you want to get technical, fish has a lot of protein. So if you want
pretty much how you have to do it is you have to have essentially half of your plate protein, and then the other half cut it up between carbs and fats.
Pretty much.
It doesn't matter how bad you cut it up between the carbs and the fats, but as long as you have half or at least quarter of the plate protein, maybe like 3/4 of the plate protein, or 3/4 of the half of the plate, then you should be good.
Sorry, my shoulder is just starting to act up again.
But honestly, people think that eating healthy is boring, that you just gotta eat bland chicken with broccoli and everything. That's not true.
Maybe if you're doing a plain bulk thing, but no, you can switch it up between like different things.
You can switch it up between steak, pork if you want, but I don't eat pork.
Pork just is pretty much fat, and also if you eat raw pork or like not fully cooked pork, you can get a little condition called that involves like a pork worm inside your body, which I have no experience of, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty painful since it wasn't somebody that you knew like got that shit.
Yeah, they had to like, it was their child that had it and scared her from going to the bathroom. But you could have fish, steak, pork if you want. You could have chicken, pretty much anything. Even if you're a vegan, although vegans, I'm afraid to touch that subject, but unfermented soy acts like estrogen in the body, so
pretty much what's going to happen is that you're going to turn into
that's why a lot of people that are vegans are really oversensitive, because unfermented soy turns into like estrogen in the body, and estrogen makes you act more feminine and more sensitive.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we're gonna end it right here because I don't know if this will upload. So yeah, this was our video. We're going to try and post more videos based off our schedule, but if I'm able to get to the first shift, then we should be able to get a lot more up.
And we'll be showing you a lot of our workouts and what we do, especially when it comes to calisthenics.
Catch us next time. Chris and Jake.
Adios.
See ya.